Greetings. Can a man rob God? How can a man rob God if your answer is yes, a man can rob God? That's what we're going to get into. Now, many people are familiar with Malachi chapter 3, but many people do not know that the Bible is a book of mind science. And that is why it is impossible for anyone to really understand tithes and offering without knowing that the Bible is mental, psychological. And I'm going to show you it from both angles in terms of those who believe that the Bible is literal and secular history that is pointing them to look outwardly, and they believe tithes had to do with the things that you get from whether it was farming back in those days and then to money in this time, whatever value or whatever was the medium of exchange for that time, that is what you had to give. Now, the first thing you have to understand is that everything was first a thought, or first an idea, everything was first imagined. So let's say a man was a farmer. Before he can clear the ground, it had to first be a thought in his mind. Before he can plant the seed, it had to first be a thought in his mind. Before he can weed the plant, it had to first be a thought in his mind. What time or what season for planting, it have to also be in his mind. So everything that he's acting out, he's acting it out from the mind. So the first thing you have to understand is that everything is created twice. First in the mind and then outward in this physical three-dimensional world. And that is why it is important for you to understand the Bible on all three levels. Because you're not just a physical being. You're physical and you're psychological or mental, which is the same thing. And you're spiritual. Okay? And you cannot connect with the spiritual without the mental or psychological. That is why you're told, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So my brothers and my sisters, when you really understand Malachi chapter 3, esoterically, when you understand it metaphysically, when you understand it psychologically, you will realize that real currency or real money is third frequency, which is cosmic money. So anyhow you put it, you will see that tithes and offering is speaking about your creativity, your mental, how you use your gifts, your talents, whatever you've been blessed with in this world. Whether you're going to leave it dormant and live a life like the fruitless fig tree, or whether you're going to tap in to your greatest potential and use your ability and your creativity for the upliftment of yourself and the rest of all of humanity. So when it says that if a man can rob God, and then you ask the question, wherein have we robbed thee? Then when it says in tithe and offering, it is teaching you that tithes and offering are the result of your mental thinking. Because if you put it in the way that the preachers and theologians tell the tithes and offering is, you will realize that every action is the expression of a thought, and every word is the expression of a thought. So I'm just taking you to another level to show you, if you're not using your ability, if you're not using your creativity, if you're not tapping into your invisible self and use the power of your invisible substance to create in this three-dimensional world, you're robbing God. You're robbing yourself, your higher self. You're living below your potential. you're living your life as a loser when you're supposed to be a winner. Therefore, you're not doing the work of God, because the work of God is to create. So when you do not create and you do not live a purposeful life, and all you do is live in doubt and fear and guilt and shame and condemnation, and you believe by going to church or joining yourself to some religion or some denomination that you're doing the work of God, and you're not making this earth a better place. You're more of a consumer more than a producer, and you live your life on this planet being so delusional. Even the Bible said that you're worse off than an infidel. That's why he say, if a man come to you and asks of you, and you just send him away and you can't give to him, you're worse off than an infidel. And then it also said that the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. So my brother, my sisters, the tithes and offering have to do with the power that is within, that you're withholding and you're not using. When you do that, you're robbing your higher self. You see, in order for you to rob God, you have to know that God and man are one. There's no other way to rob God if God and man are not one. And then when you realize that God and man are one, and that God in man is man's imagination, which is the image maker in man, which is also the dreamer in man, the sleeper in man, then you would realize that when you have poverty in your life, it is poverty of imagination and lack of focus. And so many people are robbing themselves by looking on the outside for a Lord, a God, a Savior, and a Redeemer, and fail to realize that the redeeming power and the saving power is inside of them, and they can use it to achieve their every desire. That is how every invention and everything in this world came about, by this one power. The only creative power there is the power of imagination. That's why everything in this world, it was first a thought, it was first an idea, and it was first imagined. And so my brother and my sister, I can go on and on, but I'll definitely recommend that you get this book that I wrote on Malachi chapter 3. It's called How to Open the Floodgates of Abundance. And that is why it's a challenge. In Malachi, you've been challenged. God challenged you. Your higher self challenged you. He said, try me now, man. Try me now and see if I wouldn't open the windows and pour you out a blessing that you won't have room enough to store. If it was given of literal physical money and so on, as these preachers are preaching to the congregation, then the religious people of the world would have been the richest people in the world. But they are not. But when the windows of heaven been opened up and that blessing been poured out to you, you will be filled with so much ideas, so much brilliance, so much intelligence, whereby your IQ would go to another level, that you would not be able to sit silent. You would realize the teaching capacity that is within you. You would realize what is your gift. You would realize what is your calling. You would realize what is your purpose. That's what he's talking about. That's why he said you wouldn't have room enough to store it. You wouldn't keep it to yourself. You can't keep it to yourself. You have to share it. You have to share the love. You have to share how to use the power to achieve your every desire. Because you realize you can have anything that you want in this world. You realize that this whole world belongs to you. You understand the purchasing power that you're told to come and buy wine and buy honey without money. You realize what is that? You found the pearl of great price. So my brother, my sister, I can go on and on and on. But I'll definitely encourage you to get the book. Okay, because it will help you a lot to understand the Bible from a metaphysical and esoteric standpoint, to understand the Bible psychologically. The main thing is that the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. So stop giving away your money. The best thing you can do is give yourself 1/10 of everything that you earn as a way of thanksgiving, whereby you're using the creative power that is within you to get whatever you desire. And you're doing that to show your appreciation. And then, once you have the right concept of yourself, you'll have the right concept of others. And you will give freely, without doubt and fear and guilt and all of these things. You would need all of those things to give. That's why you have people broke, miserable, people living in mediocrity, people living from paycheck to paycheck, you name it. And these people would give the last dollar to preachers who are living lavishly, and they're doing it out of fear, and they're never getting back anything in their life. You see? So, my brother, my sister, I can go on and on and on, but I'm going to come to a close here. And I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram and you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And I'll definitely encourage you to support my book, get my books as much as possible as you can. Invest in yourself. If you want, you can get my merch. You can also get my course, The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And that is so easy because it's just for people who are doing it in $20 or more. Okay, I can give you bigger course, but it will cost you even much more. But I'll give you a simple course that you can just use to help you. Okay, so what all the information that you need, I'll let you know that the link is all down below. So I definitely would encourage you to check out all of the links that are down below and use your intuition. Everything in this world belongs to you. All you need to do is learn to order and wait. But first of all, you have to know who you are. So that being said, my brother, my sister, I just want to say peace. Love you all. I'm out.